Welcome to this episode of Trench Study. In today's video, I will be breaking down Jared Verse's dominant game against the Bears. Verse leads all rookie edge rushers in pressures, and he had 5 more in this game, 4 of which came in under 2.5 seconds. Let's break some of those down now. Here we have the first rep, and he's going to be working against number 70 Braxton Jones. That's who we'll be working against for the majority of this video. And Braxton was a 5th round pick 2 years ago. He's just going to be able to get past him here. Now, this is a move that you're going to see Verse go to a couple times this game, and guys like Kayvon Thibodeau do it a lot as well. So this rush is kind of like a long arm with a chop. So he's going to come into him, get his arm out, get it on him, and then try to chop down Braxton's left hand, as you see now. With the right hand, comes down, chops down Braxton's left hand. I don't think he gets full connection of it, as you see his hand alone down there. But he's still able to work around the corner and get to the QB. So one more time. There's the long arm, and then there's the chop. And a slight rip through to get to the QB. Almost gets there, can't quite. Now we're going to see more of what Jared Verse was known for in college, and that's power. And you're going to see it against Braxton Jones, who struggled with power early in his career. So we're going to see great speed off the ball here. Gets downfield quick, and then he's going to have great pop from his hands. Able to pop Braxton back. The guard's going to start coming over as he's able to start working himself free. But still a very good rep from Jared Verse. You're going to see him almost start to separate from Braxton around here, which is where he starts to go for a swim move. But the guard help comes. On this next rep, you're going to see the Rams being creative with how they use Verse. So he's going to be up against number 65, Coleman Shelton. And on tape, the Rams will be able to see that he is a bad anchor. He struggles to work against power rushers. So they're going to put Jared Verse right up on top of him and allow him to work at him, try to get through his power. Not quite able to originally, but he is able to clean it up. So as I mentioned, this is just the Rams being creative. 65, Coleman Shelton is shown on tape to struggle with power. So they're going to let him go right at him. He does. He tries to bull rush him. And it looks like he kind of tries to pull him down. Tries to pull his arms down. But it's hard to tell if that's just Shelton anchoring or if he's actually the one pulling him down. And from here, he kind of gets walled up. So he's just going to try to work side to side and create some room to work off. And he does. And he gets Caleb down. I'm a little confused with how Verse wasn't credited with any sacks in this game. It looks like he had a couple half sacks at least. Here we have Jared Verse working against Braxton Jones once again. And this is going to be a different variation of the first rep I showed you guys. Still able to get pressure on a screen. It's pretty rare that you see a QB hit on a screen, but you're going to see that here. And he's going to stutter. So you see the little stutter. And then he's going to put that long arm out and chop the outside hand down, which allows him to get outside. And then he's just going to keep him long-armed. See that? Keeps his long arm out there to not let Braxton get back to him. And he's able to get to the QB here. So one more time. Stutter, long arm chop. And then he already has him beat. Here we have another good rush from Jared Verse against Braxton Jones. Shows more of that power. Almost gets him down, but can't quite get him down. This rep is going to be a stutter bull rush. So you see the stutter here. Stutter, stutter, stutter. And then he's going to bull rush into him. Get that power going. You see great pop with his hands. Lifts him all the way up off the air. Up in the air. Braxton isn't going to be able to reset that anchor. He's just getting powered through. So he switches to a long arm to start working Braxton out of the way, which he does, and then swims over top, as you see right here. So there's a swim over top. He's able to get a hit on Caleb, but not quite bring him down. So one more time. Stutter, bull, long arm, swim. Almost gets Caleb down, but not quite. Here we see another rep of Verse versus Jones. Able to get another hit on the QB. So you see the bull rush to push him back. Braxton starts to trip. Verse throws him off to the side. And then he gets to the QB. Here we see Jared Verse working on a stunt. This is going to be a stunt between him and the defensive tackle. Ends up getting to the QB. So Verse's job here is to bring the tackle in. Somehow, some way, bring the tackle in. And then take on the guard here. and then have this guy work around the outside and try to get to the QB. Verse does an okay job of bringing Braxton with him. You see, he brings him inside, starts to work him inside. And then once he gets picked up by the guard extends him. He's just going to club that hand away, swim over top, and get to the QB. So one more time. Starts out with a stunt, gets the prior, clubs it away, then gets to the QB. Pretty lazy rep from the guard prior. Just needs to be better there. Now we're going to look at his run stopping plays, which is one of the reasons he was drafted so high. He is a great run stopper. He's able to set the edge here. So he's going to take a false step inside, which makes it a little harder on him. But the tight end wants him to go outside anyway, so he's just going to ride with them and set the edge. Force the cutback inside. So nothing great by any means, but still just something you need to see. Almost makes the tackle too. Here we're going to see another bull rush from Verse against Braxton Jones. And this has been Braxton Jones' weakness throughout the year. Gets some pushback, but isn't able to close it. Here's where I'd like to see Verse work on his close to his pass rush. Because you see he gets him in a good spot here, starts pushing him back. From here, I'd like to see him do a move to separate from Jones, get himself away. So he doesn't just get blocked right here. Instead, he's already free to get to the QB. So whether that's a long arm on one side to get him moving one side like he's done a few times, or a rip or a swim or something just to get away from right here, I'd like to see him add to his game. He tries to get away at the end here. I'd like to see him already be away from Braxton. On this rep, we're going to have a very good play from Verse in the run game. Not much to really break down here. He's just going to swim over top of the tackle Jones. You see there, swims over top of him and gets to the running back, almost makes the tackle, kind of makes the tackle. Now we're going to be back to that first pass rush technique we showed. It works out a little differently, but it is still the same pass rush. This time goes inside to end it. So he's working that long arm chop once again. So he's going to throw that long arm out there, try to chop down the right hand. He can't. He misses and hits him in the shoulder. So from here, he's just going to keep working with that long arm. Push him back, swim over top, and start to work to the QB. So he's not able to get to that chop on the outside hand, but that long arm is still there, and he has enough power to just keep working him back. Opens up the lane, and then he's going to swim over top of Jones. Very good rush. You see guys like Kayvon Thibodeau going for this move, but they don't have the power to keep it going if they miss the chop, which he shows here. Here's another run stopping play, and this play reminds me a lot of Will Anderson just being such a backside force. You saw a lot of that with Will Anderson last year. You just see great explosiveness and speed off the ball here from Verse. You see he's one of the first off the ball. Able to get through the hole here and get to Roschon Johnson. Almost gets the tackle on him, but not quite. Slows him down though. So one more time at full speed, you just see him fly right through the hole. He's a problem you have to worry about on the backside, and I like to see that from my edge rushers. And then here you're just going to see him set the edge again. Able to get into the tight end, push him back, force the cutback, almost makes a tackle too. So you see he's going to take that false step inside, but then be able to work across Lewis here, start long arming him back, sets the edge right there, and then when Swift does cut back, he's going to be able to just rip Lewis down and almost make a tackle on Swift. So really he's just showing a lot of what he did in college, where he's very good against the run and very good against the pass, and that's really what you want to see. To be an every down edge rusher in this league, you need to be able to do both, and Jared Verse has shown that through 4 games so far. Now I'm going to focus on Braden Fisk, who was their second round pick this year. He also played at Florida State with Jared Verse before, so they have a lot of chemistry, and those two have been doing very well. I believe Fisk leads all defensive tackles in pressures this year. So they have the leading edge rusher in pressures and the leading defensive tackle in pressures on their defensive line, among rookies, I should add. So here we're just going to see a run-stopping rep from Verse working against Shelton, who's proven to be pretty weak this year, but still a good rep. So Fisk pops off the ball pretty quickly. Going to get right into Shelton. From here, he's going to snatch down Shelton's left arm. So if you look at Shelton's left arm here, you're going to see Fisk snatch it down. Right there. Snatches that arm down. And he's able to get to Roschon, get a hit on him. Now we have a pass rushing rep from Fisk. He's going to be able to quickly beat the guard, start getting to the QB for a strip sack, I believe. So this is actually pretty similar to the rush that Verse does. So he's going to come off, stutter, 2-3, get that hand into him, a little stab into his shoulder, and then chop around right there. So you see the stab on his shoulder right there, stab / long arm, and then he's going to chop down his left arm, which gets him around the play, and then just get to the QB. So one more time, stutter, long arm chop, and then just work to the QB, and he does. Very good stuff. Last rep I have to show you from Fisk. It's just a pretty simple rush here. He's able to get right past the guard. So the guard is going to be paying attention to the 3 technique here. So he's kind of inside. And because of that, Fisk is only just going to have to swipe his hands away. So there's a little swipe. Swipes his hands away and then just has a free path to Caleb Williams. He's the second man there. There's a lot to be excited about if you're a Rams fan on that young defensive line. They also have Byron Young on the other side who's been playing pretty well. Thank you for watching this episode of Trench Study. Leave a comment letting me know what you think of Jared Verse and Braden Fisk so far. Do you think that Jared Verse will be able to win Defensive Rookie of the Year if he keeps this up? And make sure to subscribe for more film breakdowns like this one. And as always, peace.